nice, peaceful, quiet life, and I don't want to cause drama with my fucking neighbours. You know? Where do we get to this? Who are these people? I mean, to me, it really sums up how miserable some people can be with car park spaces.
Peter.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. Today, I actually had a plan for my podcast today, but I'm actually going to go on a fucking rant here. Car park spaces and people hijacking your car park. Has anyone had this problem before? I've had a major problem. I'm going to tell you the story. You're probably not going to believe it, or, well, maybe you will. Maybe you've had worse than me. Isn't it amazing the way car park spaces can really fuck you up? For instance, it's like someone breaking into your house, sitting down, having a cup of tea, watching TV, and you come in at home, not knowing they're there, and you're just like, oh, hello. And they're like, hey, how's it going? And they don't give a shit. It's like somebody pees on your territory, isn't it? If you've ever had this problem. It's unfucking believable. And maybe you think I'm going crazy here, which I am going. I'm a bit pissed off. God, I'm really fucking pissed off today. I'm going on a vent here. This motherfucker tried to take my space today. Anyway, okay. Where do I start? Okay, so this started about 2 years ago, right? Real main problem. This is the big problem I've had. And I've been very touchy ever since with people taking my car park space. So I live in an apartment block, and each apartment has a very own designated car park space. In fact, I even have my number of my apartment right above the space, like everybody else's. We've got an underground car park garage, and that's fine. Now, I have a flatmate, and my flatmate and I, we sometimes share the space because there's only one designated space per apartment. So 2 cars, 2 people in a place, you got to do something about it, right? And that's fine. Now, I've been in this place for 8 years, maybe even more actually. So when my flatmate was there, I was like, okay, that's fine. So it's an underground car park. I'd come in, her car is sitting there. So what I do is I just turn around, come back out of the apartment block, go around to the other side of the apartment block, and there's actually other spacing over here. Now, this spacing isn't allocated, okay? There's no numbers, there's nothing. And luckily enough, we're lucky in the apartment block where we have that not many cars go up to this side of the apartment building. So there is always space. Now, I've been there for the 8 or 9 years, whatever it is, I can't remember exactly, but I've been there quite a while. So I've never had a problem with this place. The only thing you're going to have a problem is if there's 2 people or 3 people sharing one place, and you got to divide who gets the designated car park space. So anyway, like normal, this is totally fine because this is what is agreed upon when the person moves in. So she's in the space, not a problem. I'm not pissed off, not upset, nothing. Come around, go to the other end of the house, the apartment block, park my car, and it's funny because it's just one little sort of narrow way, right? You can fit about 2 or 3 cars width going up this area. But again, no car park spaces as such, but just people do park there. So people would be parking up alongside this bush on the right hand side, and that's fine because there's plenty of space to get in and out anyway for other people. And there's one little area, it's a kind of like an open slot area where you could definitely fit 2 cars in. Plenty of people over the years, including myself, we park in that spot, in that little hole area, okay? Now, like I said, you get 2 cars in there, no problem. But again, it's not designated. So I park up there one night. I come down the next morning. I'm going to work. So this stupid fucking bitch comes out of an apartment block as I'm getting into my car. And she goes, excuse me, is this your car? I'm like, yeah, it is. Everything okay? It's like, oh, that's actually my space. I went, so I'm looking around, right? I'm thinking, well, hang on a sec. Did they put, now I'm thinking instantly, right? Did they put numbers here or did they change this around, right? So I'm looking. I'm like, but there's no number here. These aren't designated. She goes, how long have you lived here? I went, I've been here 8 years. And she kind of looks at me like, yeah, right, you have. And I'm like, what? What's going on with this woman? So she goes, that's my space. I went, I'm sorry, this is not designated. You live here, right? Yes. Well, don't you have a car park space down below? No, this is my space. Now, this gets even worse, guys. She wanted the space on the right-hand side. Now, if I parked on the left, I technically would have been okay. Now, to try and describe this to you, her apartment door, her balcony door, right? Now, it's actually a designated balcony door. Now, she doesn't actually have a balcony, right? But if you know what I mean, it's actually a balcony door that she has, right? She obviously uses this, and this is no word of an exaggeration. When she walks out of the balcony door, she exits her apartment, and she literally, 100% gospel on the Bible, goes in an exact, direct, straight line from her balcony door over to her car. She doesn't even have to go up left, over to the right, and up, right? And when I say it's about 10 foot, well, what, 15 foot maybe. Maybe that's even exaggeration. Maybe it could be 20 foot. It's 20 foot max from her apartment. It's nothing. It's 3-second walk, 4-second walk, whatever that would be in feet, okay? It's insane. But yet, she wants the one on the right-hand side. So I'm like, wow, this is fucking unbelievable. Now, I'm only processing this as I'm leaving, right? Now, she walks off in a huff. And she's like, well, this is my space. And I'm like, excuse me, they're not allocated. I've been here long enough to know this. So she's telling anyway, all right, okay, well, maybe he does know what's going on around here. So she walks off in a fucking huff. I get into my car and I'm trying to process all this. And I'm like, what the hell just happened here? And I even stopped the car for a minute. I even go back, just jumped out of the car, had another quick look to see, are they allocated or not? As in, am I missing something? Like, what's going on here? Why are you being so anal about the right-hand space? Because the left-hand space was actually available. And when I say the left-hand space, it is literally right next to it. There's only space for 2 fucking cars here. So anyway, I come home that night. Now again, my flatmate, she's in our space again. I'm like, oh no. And I have this kind of creepy, weird feeling going, oh fuck. Am I going to have more hassle with this lady if I park up here again? And I went, yeah, well, she can go fuck herself anyway. So I come up anyway. I park again around that area. But this time her car is in that area where I parked, right? So she took the thing, grand. Now normally, just past that hole, there is a dead end. Now, and there's a gravel walkway just past this dead end. So no cars can go up this gravel way. So I park up there. Now I'm thinking, okay, well, this woman can definitely not bitch to me now. Now, it wouldn't have stopped me anyway taking that space again. In fact, for spite, I would have taken it. But again, I don't want any hassle either. But I mean, if it was available, I'm jumping into the fucking thing. So anyway, I park my car up at the dead end, away from everybody, not harming anyone. Come down the next morning, there's a Jeep blocking me in. Now, I'm like, what? Why is this Jeep here? Now again, you can fit about 2 or 3 cars up, right? And there was no one blocking him in. He could have actually parked up right alongside me because again, it's a dead end, so you don't need to do much, right? You're not going to be blocking anybody in if you park up next to each other. You can just reverse all the way back out. So I'm looking around. I'm thinking, and it just hit me. I went, this is something to do with this lady yesterday. I knew it. I never had a problem in the 8 or 9 years I've been there. All of a sudden, I've got problems 2 days in a row. So I'm thinking, okay, here we go. So anyway, I'm still trying to wonder, is this actually real? Is this one of her friends? Did she tell her friend? Because it's definitely not her car. And I'm thinking, did she actually tell someone to actually block me in? So I'm walking up to her doorway. I walk up and I knock on her door. So she comes out with this real bitchy fucking look on her face. And I said, excuse me, is this your friend's car or is this your Jeep or, you know, what's going on here? She goes, yeah, that's actually my boyfriend's Jeep. I went, right. I said, well, hang on a second. He's blocking me in. Yeah, well, you should learn your lesson. I went, excuse me? I need to learn my lesson. About what exactly? About blocking me, about taking my space yesterday. I went, excuse me, are you for real? I went, hang on a second. These spaces are not allocated. I've been here 8 years. And she starts bursting out laughing. Yeah, right. I went, yes, I have. How long have you been here? She doesn't answer the question. So she goes, excuse me, that is my space. If you take it again, we're going to block you in where you are right now. I went, I'm not doing anything over here. I've actually done nothing over here. I'm out of your way, in fact, if anything. And you're still blocking me in? And she goes, I will block you in every single day if you keep parking in that space. I went, excuse me? Now, at this stage of the game, I'm saying, okay, Peter, you really have got to calm down. I'm about to lose my fucking mind. So then, the boyfriend's there. He comes over to the door. I'm like, excuse me, sir, can you please move your Jeep? I'm not blocking you. And by the way, guys, hang on a second now. Why aren't you parking downstairs? And the woman actually turns around and get this. What a fucking loser. She goes, I'm afraid of the dark. I went, it's not dark down there. There's lights that automatically turn down when you get down there. And anyway, these are not allocated. It is not your space. You're just trying to manipulate and bully me. So then the boyfriend jumps in. He goes, hey man, calm down. I went, no. You guys calm down. This is ridiculous. Why are you trying to hog spaces that you do not own? You have a space downstairs. I've got a space downstairs. I've got a flatmate that lives with me. You guys obviously have 2 cars and car and Jeep. I've got 2 people that are taking 1 space down below. We're all in the same position here. You need to take that space down below. I said, what you guys are just being fucking lazy. You just don't want to go down there, and you've got little precious used to this little space of yours outside the door, and you don't want it because you're too fucking lazy. You're trying to manipulate and bully me. And I said, it ain't gonna happen. And they went, oh, we're gonna report you to... I said, go ahead. And I gave them my apartment number. I said, yeah, go ahead. My number is this. Go ahead. They'll tell you I've been here 8-9 years. I've never had a problem with this. This is not allocated. So then the woman goes, I'm going to block your car in every single day you are here. And I went, oh, no, I heard you. And I said, well, funnily enough, I got a tow bar in the back of my car at the moment. You know what? Maybe I'll actually reverse into your car. I hope I don't have to, which I never would have anyway. But, you know, if she's playing this stupid game, well, I might as well play it back with her. So anyway, I walk off in an unimaginable rage. Now, I don't cause a scene, okay? I'm obviously upset, and I'm talking extremely firm, but I'm not causing a roar. Like, nobody would have heard me around the apartment block because I don't want to cause a fucking scene. So anyway, I call the landlord, and there's a problem with the place. And the problem is that this area, you can't actually park there technically. But again, if these people go off and make a ruckus, well then they might actually close the whole thing down. So he goes, Peter, your best thing is just shut up. Just don't say anything. Can you park somewhere else? I'm like, but that's not the point. That's not the point. Jesus, what the heck? As you can understand, right? He goes, Peter, for your own sake and for everybody else's sake, don't do anything. I went, okay, fine. I won't. No problem, Tom. And of course, look, I wasn't going to make a scene. I just want everybody to get along neighbor-wise. So a couple of days go by and I have to park up there again. I'm like, oh, God. But like, I have to park my car. So I park it up by the dead end. And what happened then? So then I park it up there. And then I go back up to the apartment. Now, luckily, they didn't try and box me in. Thank God, because again, you know, why have this hassle? I'm not even trying to cause a fight with this woman and this guy. So anyway, I'm so on edge at this stage that I'm actually going down. I got home at about 5:30, 6 o'clock. I'm getting up everybody half an hour, going down the lift, open the door downstairs, checking to see if the guy's boxing me in. And I did this about 4 times in about 2 hours, 2.5 hours. And I'm actually losing my fucking mind here because I don't know what's going to happen here, you know? The way they're so goddamn crazy. So I went, okay, Peter, this has got to stop. You can't keep coming up and down the fucking lift here and watch out for what's going to happen here. You can't do this. You cannot do this. So I went, okay, you know what? Give in, my friend. Give in. So, be the bigger man. So, I go up to their door. And they look at me and they see me outside. And I see them sitting on the couch. Now, they've got glass windows, everything, right? Big ones. Big ones. So they look, and then they actually throw their eyes up to heaven as they're looking at me, like just to really make a point here, you know, like, oh, here comes the drama queen. Me, the drama queen, right? After all their bullshit. So anyway, they come to the door, the two of them. And I said, look, and she goes, hang on, well, she interrupts me. I'm like, hey, okay, can you just let me talk for 1 second? She's like, what is it? I went, oh my God. Oh my God. I went, okay, listen. You can have the car park space, okay? She goes, oh, is this what you're on about? What's wrong with you? I went, excuse me, you've been threatening to box my car in if I even park up by the dead end here, okay? Which is out of the way, out of everyone. And you're threatening to box my car in. I'm trying to have a peaceful life here, and I'm sitting here waiting to see if my car is going to be boxed in. I want to have peace here. I want to have neighbours that I get on with, and I'm not looking over my shoulder every fucking 5 minutes. So you know what? There's no car park space here. There's no number. You do not deserve it. You're not entitled to this car park space. But you know something? It's yours. If there's even one space left, it's all yours, okay? I'll go around to the front of the building. And in fairness, there is some car park space around the front of the building. So the boyfriend comes over. Oh, listen, honey, whatever her name was. Oh, listen, honey, forget about him, would you? He's not worth it. Like, I'm the biggest drama queen in the world. I mean, you should have seen these people. What a bunch of fucking psychopaths. I've never seen anything like it. Honest to God, I've never seen anybody get so upset and wind me up over a fucking space that's not even yours. And she won't go downstairs because she's afraid of the dark. Oh, baby. I mean, honestly, seriously, guys. Like, yes, I'm upset. I was upset. Now, actually, it got me going this morning. This morning, I leave my apartment for about 10 minutes. I come back, and I'm going into an underground car park. And then there's this van here now, sitting in my space, and I'm like, there's so many spaces around here. Why is he taking these spaces down here? Why is he taking mine? Why is he parking in a designated space? Now, luckily this guy is standing outside the fucking van on the phone. I pull up right up against the van, looking at him, staring at him. I'm hanging out my window, and I'm waiting for him. He's looking down at the ground. He knows I'm there. He knows exactly what's going on, and he still just looks down the ground. Now, okay, it was about 20 seconds. He's still on the phone, right? I'm about to maybe, will I just beep and go, hey, sir, excuse me. I was about to do that, but I was like, well, hang on, I was kind of in a way curious to see where this was going to go. So then all of a sudden he gets off the phone, he looks at me. Oh, is this your space? Clearly it fucking was. Clear as day. I'm like, that's my space. And the worst part was, he didn't turn around and say, oh, I'm sorry, man, look, I'm sorry. Even though, you know, he would have just been chancing his arm anyway. Like, he knows these places are, these spaces are taken already. And even if he just said, oh, listen, I'm sorry, man, sorry, excuse me, my bad, I should have realized. Even if he was chancing his arm, the fact that if he just apologized, it would have been okay. At least it's showing a bit of respect. You know, and you would have been like, yeah, right, as if you didn't know. But you'd still calm down a bit. But this fucking guy looks at me, and as I say, it's my space, he just looks at me with a smile on his face, as in, gotcha, asshole. I don't even know this guy. I could not believe what I was looking at. Like, it genuinely, he had, gotcha, dickhead. I was like, if this was candid camera, or, you know, a wind up and there was cameras hidden, this would have been the moment. I mean, and it would have been a smile, like, as in, keep your laughter back. It was unbelievable. It was unbelievable. The balls on some people that, like, what kind of loser do you have to be to get entitlement feeling having a car park space? Kick up problems with your neighbours over a car park space that you don't own, you are not entitled to. Keep causing drama after the situation happens. And even this guy today, what why would you continue along having a little smile on your face when you know clearly this guy's in space? Are people this fucking miserable? Now clearly I'm actually still worked up after this fucking guy this morning. Brought it all back with people and car park spaces and like, I understand where I'm coming from. It's like people peeing in your territory. Okay? And they're just showing complete lack of respect. Mutual respect. Like, what's the world come to? Why are people just so miserable with themselves? Are you that miserable in your own job, your own life, or your own relationship? The wife at home, or the boyfriend at home, the husband at home, the girlfriend at home, whatever it is, that you've got to go out of your way to make other people feel like shit or wind them up, which I got wound up today. And hey, you know what? He got me. And the other neighbours a couple of years ago, they got me. Hook, line, sinker. Hands in the air. You got me. But is this really how you want to live? Causing drama? Keeping drama going? Maybe you should start reviewing your lives and stop being fucking losers, pissing and annoying people off. Are you proud of yourself? Anyway, guys, I'm sorry. Do you know what? I even had a plan to do a podcast today on something else, and I went, nope, this is coming up today. But what is it about people in car park spaces? I'm still trying to shake it off. It's amazing how people can cause war over a car park space. And quite honestly, I've never had a problem with car park space before until the last couple of years. And I'm even shocked how angry and annoyed you get, because it's one thing if it's just open parking. Then you've got no fucking say. No one's got any say in nothing. I wouldn't even be bothered. I wouldn't give a shit. I want a nice, peaceful, quiet life. And I don't want to cause drama with my fucking neighbours. You know? Where did we get to this? Who are these people? I mean, to me, it really sums up how miserable some people can be with car park spaces. And maybe we gotta rethink our lives if you're getting this wound up over a car park space. If it's a designated car park space, I understand, including myself, that anybody else will get annoyed and somebody's parking in your space. You're fucking paying for that space. And then this person comes along and takes it up. Understandably, you get really pissed off at that. But if you got no right over it, you're just causing trouble and drama. Anyway, I hope I haven't freaked too many of you guys out today, but sometimes it's good to just vent. I actually feel a little bit better now. And anyway, guys, in closing, if you've ever got worked up over car park space, well, maybe have another listen to this if you've listened to this before already. You're not the only one out there. You are certainly not the only one out there. Guys, I love you and leave you. Thanks for listening. Thanks for letting me rant today. Love you all. See ya.